never ended. And it was a literal turning point in my life because I was sitting on her couch and acid coming on at the first time because how I was going to kill myself anyway, who cares, you know? And so, take acid, why not? Never again have I had a trip like this. It was the same image throughout the entire trip, right, for hours. I would close my eyes and I was in a tunnel, and I was in the dark going toward the light. The light was God, and it was all the shades of gray that brought the opposites together. And so I changed my name to Gray, and I thought I'd gotten some, wisdom about polar unity and stuff like that. So, and I found my beloved. Yeah.
Next day.
Yeah.
That's us. Documentarian, he takes pictures, but we met and just stayed together. Oh yeah. Well, I have to say, I was attracted to Alex's story because I had a mystical opening 6 years before. Well, no, I started tripping 6 years before. It was about 3 years before. When I read Ram Dass's book, Be Here Now, and he told me to go into a dark room and do it. See, because I've been doing it, but kind of recreationally and enjoying my friends and my life. But then go into a dark room and do it, and 65% of people would have a mystical experience, and I was 65% of those people. I was there. And then, but you wouldn't dare talk about it in its early 70s, really. I mean, I didn't even tell anybody about my mystical experience until you came along and told me yours, and it happened in my apartment. So that was just bonding. It was incredible bonding.
Yeah.
There we are. Well, that's our bed, and we've done a lot of journeys there, and had a lot of old change go on. What are you talking about? Oh yeah. Well, this was in 1976 on June 3rd. We had the first time we had a trip where we actually proved to ourselves that we were in the same place by drawing the same picture in our separate journals. So we had this experience where we melted down to a toroidal fountain and drain of light, suckholes and blowholes of light in a vista. Everybody was a different node in the network. We were all interconnected with all the other nodes in the network, made of light. Anyway, these were our two journal pages. And Alex's, of course, is so beautifully drawn. And mine is, me, and it was the same thing. It was the same place, and we both came out of it. We always take a journal. Oh yes, and here we go. So that's my rendition of the Universal Mind Lattice. We call it the Universal Mind Lattice. I call this order. It became my essentialized worldview of order. Everything is made of light, and all things are interconnected. So this was a small field of order, and I call it the jewel net of Indra. The jewel net of Indra comes from the Hindu pantheon, where Indra is the god of space. And in the abode of Indra, there's a net that goes infinitely in all directions, and at every crossing of the net, there's a jewel that's so highly polished that it inter-reflects all the other jewels in the net. So I love that metaphor. It's a Hindu metaphor, and I used it to title this piece. What LSD taught me, one of the big things that LSD taught me was this broken down, sort of essentialized worldview that would become my art. It was the concept, the basic essentialized concepts that I would embrace in a work of art of a lifetime. So basically it said to me, all things in consciousness perception are chaos, order, or secret writing. And they're made of particles and waves, systems, and whole systems and cells. So anyway, this is my system and cell that I created for my body of work that's been going on for 40 years. Over here on the left, you have one. That's one unit of that I used in much of my work, and then many, one and many. That's this piece. So anyway, it just sort of spells out. Oh, and this is chaos, order, and secret writing. Chaos you know, is order plus entropy. So all things in the universe are falling apart in this beautiful way, like autumn leaves coming down. And they're made up of cells and waves of color and light. Order is all things are a vista of fountains and drains. That's the bliss realm where we go when we're tripping. And then the secret writing is the manifestation. It's the language of manifestation. It's basically to say that we're meaning-making machines, and we make meaning through symbols. My hair is a symbol. My earrings are a symbol. You know, Tony's beard is a symbol. You know, everything that is in the manifest world that we make, dance, music, art, everything creative, and everything we create, everything we choose to hear like is a symbol. So anyway, that is my symbolic representation of that window between the inner world where you think things and the outer world where you make them happen, when they actually exist through symbols. There's yours.
Okay, so well, a lot of people have seen the sacred mirrors, but this is the psychic energy system of the sacred mirrors. It's a series that Allison inspired and named, and they go through the body, mind, and spirit of an individual. This is kind of at the crux of the sacred mirrors, where the physical body is becoming translucent to the transcendental light. And so this acupuncture meridians and points and chakras and auras and all like that. So this shows like the progressive dissolving of the identity with the physical and an opening to this, or a loosening to open up